So, welcome to Physics Kinematics Session 20. The aim of this session will be first to study rain problems. Secondly, to find the shortest distance using relative velocity. And third, to solve problems related to relative velocity. Okay, so we will be studying here some rain problems, how to solve when the man starts walking in the rain, also to find the shortest distance and to solve problems related to relative velocity. Let us first look into the rain problems. If rain is falling vertically with a velocity Vr and an observer is moving horizontally with a velocity Vm, the velocity of rain relative to the observer we need to calculate. See in the animation, the rain here is falling vertically down. The rain is falling vertically down. As you see, the rain is falling vertically down. This man is standing in the rain. So he is holding his umbrella upright so that he doesn't get drenched. So the rain is falling vertically down and he is holding his umbrella upright so that it doesn't get drenched. So the picture, if we can work out, this is the direction in which the rain falls. So when rain is falling vertically down here, if a person is standing in the rain, he has to hold his umbrella upright like this. Otherwise he'll get drenched. So when the observer is standing, when he starts walking in the rain, the situation will be completely different. When he starts walking in the rain, then he doesn't find this rain falling vertically down. And he will say the rain is falling at certain angle. That is the relative angle. So that he has to bend his umbrella so that he feels that rain is coming in this particular direction. So he will bend his umbrella so that he doesn't get wet. So let us see when he starts walking, what will happen. So when he is walking in the rain, he is holding his umbrella in the direction as indicated. He is bent like this because the rain appears to fall like that. Why this happens? Let us analyze this. Suppose I draw this as an x-axis and this as y-axis. Rain is falling vertically down initially. So the rain velocity we will take in the downward direction like this. This is the velocity of rain. So when man is standing here in the rain, this is the origin of our coordinate system. This is the x-axis, this is our y-axis. So vector I have joined the tail and drawn. This is the rain velocity. Now the man is standing here. For him the rain falls vertically down. But man starts walking in the rain. Say he walked towards horizontally towards positive x-axis. This is the velocity of the man. Then the velocity of rain with respect to man is the observer, will be equal to velocity of rain minus the velocity of man, which also we can write it as velocity of rain plus of minus the velocity of man. Means we need to subtract velocity of man from the velocity of rain. So vectorically, figure point of view, what we have to do? We have to change the direction of the velocity of man. This will be minus Vm. Magnitude is same and the direction is reversed. Now we have to add velocity of rain and minus velocity of man. So generate a parallelogram. Resultant will be along the diagonal of the parallelogram. This will be the velocity of rain with respect to man. So the rain appears to fall at an angle theta for the person who is walking in the rain from left to right. So for him, the rain appears to fall like this. As indicated in this figure, the rain appears to fall in this direction. So the observer who had umbrella earlier here, now he has bent the umbrella by an angle theta, because for this observer, rain is falling like this. For this man who is walking in the rain is falling in this particular direction. Therefore, he has bent his umbrella in this direction to save himself from rain. Magnitude, if you are taking magnitude of rain with respect to the man, it will be under root of Vr square plus Vm square. And at what angle the rain appears to fall? Tan theta will be equal to Vm by Vr, or theta will be equal to tan inverse of velocity of man by velocity of rain. So once we start doing some problems, it will be easier for you to do. But what we have to do first you check the directions of the rain and direction of man. Draw a coordinate system, x and y axis. First step you do, draw all the vectors, draw rain vector, vector of rain and man, original vectors given to you, joining their tails at the origin. Okay. Then because we have to subtract the velocity of man, reverse the direction of velocity of man. Generate parallelogram, find the resultant And then left over is only the calculation. You calculate the magnitude and the angle here. So once we do one or two problems, it will be more easier for you to understand. See, if rain is falling vertically down with a velocity 10 meter per second, man is moving with a velocity 6 meter per second. Find the angle at which he should hold the umbrella to avoid getting wet. The rain is falling here. This is our 10 meter per second. Man is walking in the rain. This is 6 meter per second. So for him, the rain falls vertically down when he is at rest. When rain is falling vertically down when he is at rest. But when he starts walking, he has to hold the umbrella by bending the umbrella by an angle theta. Because for this person, rain will appear to fall like that. Just now we have got the concept. So we will draw, first step as I told you, we will draw x and y axis. Now the velocity vector of rain and man we will draw by joining at the origin of the coordinate system. So velocity of rain is downward. This is VR, 10 meter per second. Velocity of man towards right. Velocity of man is 6 meter per second. So velocity of rain with respect to man is velocity of rain minus the velocity of man, or velocity of rain with respect to man is velocity of rain plus of minus Vm. So let us change the direction of velocity of man. This is Vm. Now generate the parallelogram. Resultant, the velocity will be like this. This is Vrm at an angle theta with the vertical, right? So this side will be Vm, this side is Vr. At what angle he should hold the umbrella? Tan theta will be equal to Vm by Vr. So that is, what is Vm? 10 meter per second. What is Vr? 6. So theta will be equal to tan inverse of 5 by 3. I'll also calculate what is the magnitude of velocity of rain with respect to man. It will be under root of 10 square plus 6 square. So root of 126. We can also do by the method by drawing vectors. We can work out. First write velocity of rain vector in form of vector. 0 I cap minus 10 j cap. Correct? 0 I cap minus 10 j cap. Velocity of man original. In which direction is going? 6 I cap minus 0 j cap. Now what you have to do? Velocity of rain with respect to man. Vr minus Vm. Vr minus Vm. So Vr minus Vm, that is nothing but V rain with respect to man will be minus 6 I cap minus 10 j cap. So magnitude will be 10 square plus 6 square, that is root 136. Tan theta will be 10 by 6, b by 8, 10 by 6, that is 5 by 3, tan inverse 5 by 3. So mathematically we need to do like this. Geometrically we can very well explain by this method. Let us practice one more problem. In this also, man is moving with 5 meter per second, observes the rain falling vertically at the rate of 10 meter per second. This is the velocity of rain with respect to man. This is 10 meter per second. And the man is walking in the rain with a velocity of man is 5 meter per second. You want to calculate the speed and the direction of the rain with respect to ground. That means the actual speed of the rain we need to calculate it. So according to the formula, velocity of rain with respect to man is velocity of rain minus the velocity of man. In this problem, velocity of man is given, velocity of rain with respect to man, because it said man observes the rain falling vertically down. Observes the rain falling means it appears that rain is falling vertically down. So this velocity is given to us. We need to calculate velocity of rain with respect to ground. So what will be the velocity of rain with respect to ground? Velocity of rain with respect to man plus velocity of man. Okay, this I have written over here. So if we do by graphical method, draw x and y axis. So let us take this is our x axis, this is our y axis. Imagine man is walking towards right. Velocity of man, it is given to us, moving with 5 meter per second. Rain appears to fall. So this is the velocity of rain with respect to man. Correct? Velocity of rain with respect to man, this is the velocity of man. Now if I add velocity of rain with respect to man with velocity of man, we will get the velocity of rain. So we need not to reverse the direction, just to draw a parallelogram and take the resultant. This is the velocity of rain. With respect to vertical, it is falling at an angle theta. So what is the velocity or the speed of the rain? magnitude will be under root of velocity of rain with respect to man square plus velocity of man square. So this will be root of velocity of rain with respect to man 10. 10 square plus velocity of man is 5 square. So root of 100 plus 25, root 125 meter per second. And at what angle? Angle will be tan theta, that is equal to 5. This side the magnitude is 10. 5 by 10, that is equal to half. Theta is equal to tan inverse half. Mathematically, by using the vectors, let us draw velocity of rain with respect to man. That is given to us as 0 I cap minus 10 j cap. Velocity of man, that will be 5 I cap plus 0 j cap. Now we need to add these two things as given in this relation. So velocity of rain will be now 5 I cap minus 10 j cap. This minus sign is coming because of negative y-axis. So magnitude of VR will be root of 5 square plus 10 square, root 125. And tan theta will be b by a. So 5 by 10, that is half. Theta is equal to tan inverse half. Okay, so I have shown you by both the methods. One by drawing the figure x and y axis, another mathematically writing in terms of I, j, k. Let us do some more problem to understand even more clearly. A man standing observes rain falling with velocity 20 meter per second at an angle 30 degrees with vertical. Find the velocity of man so that rain appears to fall vertically. So initially the rain is falling at 20 meter per second at an angle of 30 degrees. So pictorially let us draw. Let us take this as x and y axis. Now when the man is standing here, he observes rain is falling at 20 meter per second at an angle of 30 degrees. This is the velocity of rain and it is equal to 20 meter per second and at an angle 30 degrees. Okay. Now man starts walking in the rain. When he starts walking, the rain appears to fall vertical. So suppose the man is walking towards east or towards horizontal, towards right. So this is the velocity of man. So the velocity of rain with respect to man will be velocity of rain minus the velocity of man. So we need to reverse the sign of velocity of man. So this one let us call minus Vm. Generate the parallelogram such that the resultant is a vertical because the rain appears to fall vertically. Okay, this is the velocity of rain with respect to man. Fine. So you need to calculate the velocity of man. So what this is 30 degrees given, this side is given 20 degrees. So if I name this point as O, this point as A, this point as B, this as C. So we need to calculate the value of BC, which is nothing but the value of Vm. So in the triangle, this is 20. So this will be sine 30. So sine 30 is equal to BC by OB. So we need to calculate BC from the figure. OB is given to us 20. So BC will be equal to 20 into sine 30. Sine 30 is half. So this will be 10 meter per second. So if this side is 10 meter per second, the velocity of man will be 10 meter per second actually towards right. Find the velocity of man so that rain appears to fall at 30 degrees with the vertical. So this time we will take that the rain is not appearing to fall vertical but appearing to fall 30 degrees. That means he has to start walking with a greater speed. So the rain appears to fall at an angle 30 degrees with the vertical. This angle is given 30 degrees. So the resultant of the velocity of rain, this is the velocity of rain, minus velocity of man, this is the velocity. The resultant will be like this. This should be now 30. This should be at an angle 30 degrees. And this is velocity of rain with respect to man. I'll call this as Vrm dash. And here, this is the man has doubled his speed. Let me call this as Vm dash. This will be minus Vm dash. So what is Vrm dash equal to Vr, which is the same velocity here, minus Vm dash. Now the speed of the man has changed. So we have to subtract Vm dash from Vr. We get it this picture. So geometrically we can get the value from here directly. We know this is 10. Okay, this is 20. This side is 10. This angle is 30. This angle is 30 again. So what will be this side? We require to calculate Vrm dash. So we can calculate the value of Vrm directly from here, this particular formula. So this is 20, this is 30. Directly you can get it as cos theta will be equal to, cos 30 will be equal to VRM by 20. Correct? So that is 20 root 3 by 2. This one. 20 root 3 by 2. This is 30 degrees. This is 10. So velocity of man we require to calculate. Velocity of man will be again 10 this side. So total velocity will be equal to 20. So from the figure itself we can get it that. So first I have calculated OC value. What is OC? OC will be equal to 20 cos 30. That is 20 root 3 by 2. Okay. Or we can write this as 10 root 3. Now in this triangle again we can write, suppose this point is D. So I'll calculate DC. DC by OC, that is equal to tan 30. Calculating this value, DC will be again 10. So this side is 10, this is 10. So velocity of the man will be now 20 meter per second. Okay. So similarly, if we are putting in vector notation also, we can get this value. In vector form, suppose I write velocity of man is equal to, say V, I'll take it. So this is V I cap. Okay. Velocity of rain is given to us. So we have two components in it. Now what you got? 10 I cap minus 10 root 3 j cap. So now what is the velocity of rain with respect to man? Minus 10 minus V I cap minus 10 root 3 j cap. So 10 minus V will be equal to 0 because the rain is falling vertically down. So what will be V equal to here? 10 meter per second. This is the first case. In the second case, what we will write? Velocity of rain will be now minus 10 I cap minus 10 root 3 j cap. Okay. In terms of vectors if I write. And velocity of man is, say, velocity V dash I cap. I will put it here. So VRM now in this case will be minus 10 minus V dash I cap minus 10 root 3 j cap. Angle from the vertical is given to us is 30 degrees. Therefore, tan 30 is equal to 10 minus V dash divided by 10 root 3. So V dash will be equal to 20 meter per second. So with this method also we can just work it out. Let us see some other concepts. Now wind airplane also will see. This is very similar to boat river problems. The only difference is that boat is replaced by aeroplane and the river is replaced by wind. So let us consider the wind is blowing from left to right. The velocity of the wind is VW. Now there is an aeroplane in this wind. It is moving, let us say in the opposite direction. Let us consider here. The velocity of the aeroplane is VA. Okay. So simple we can write it as velocity of aeroplane with respect to wind is equal to velocity of aeroplane minus the velocity of wind. A similar type of problem we did with respect to bicycle also. So velocity of aeroplane will be velocity of aeroplane with respect to wind plus velocity of wind. Okay, where this is absolute velocity of aeroplane with respect to ground. This is the velocity of aeroplane with respect to wind, and this is velocity of wind. So when the aeroplane is moving against the wind, then the distance covered in the direction here will be less. When it is moving in the direction, in this direction, it adds up. So let us see, an aeroplane flies along a straight path A to B and returns back again. The distance between AB is given to us as L. And the aeroplane maintains a constant speed V. Let us take this angle as alpha. If the steady wind appears to blow, I have taken a completely different direction U at an angle theta with the line joining AB. You need to calculate the total time of the trip. So aeroplane moves from here to this position and back. Correct? So what we will do it here? Velocity of aeroplane along AB will take it. Okay, and relative for this we can consider, because velocity of aeroplane, this is V. Here if I take the component here, it will be V cos alpha, and this side it will be V sin alpha. Similarly, the velocity of the wind in this direction will be U cos theta. This side it will be U sin theta. If the aeroplane has to go along the line AB, the condition for the aeroplane to move along the line AB will be, so that there is no trip, will be V sin alpha is equal to U sin theta. That means I practically mean to say this component V sin alpha and U sin theta should balance, should be seen. So the resultant along this direction y-axis will be 0 and the aeroplane will be moving along the direction A to B. What is the velocity? Velocity of the aeroplane along AB will be V cos alpha minus, this is V cos alpha, minus u cos theta. The time taken from A to B, the distance is L divided by v cos alpha minus u cos theta. Similarly, this is we have taken from A to B. Similarly, if the airplane comes back from B to A, what will be the time from B to A in a similar fashion if we do? It will be L divided by, now this time both will be in the same direction, v cos alpha plus u cos theta. The total time of journey will be time from A to B plus time from B to A. That will be L divided by v cos alpha minus u cos theta plus L divided by v cos alpha plus u cos theta. That is equal to 2vl cos alpha divided by v square cos square alpha minus u square cos square theta. So the airplane will be moving from A to B like this and again coming back from B to A, maintaining the same angle alpha so that these two components again gets balanced. Now see here we have two cars A and B. Car A is moving towards right. Car B is moving upward, or you can say in this direction, perpendicular they are moving. So as these two cars moves like this and like this, the distance between the two cars is suppose L. So as these two cars moves, one car here, the distance between the two cars will go on changing, right? And thereafter it increases. So we want to calculate the shortest distance. Means suppose if I show you the picture here for the two cars position. So car A and car B, suppose car A is here, car B is here. The distance between them is L. After some instant, suppose car B arrives here, car A arrives here. So as the car B and car A moves, car B suppose after some time arrives here and car A arrives at this point. The distance between them will be somewhere like this. Maybe this distance is shortest. After some time the car B arrives here, the car A arrives here. The distance between the two cars will be this. And definitely it looks like the distance is increasing. Later car B arrives here, suppose car A here, then the distance between the two cars will be equal to this distance. Further, if car B moves still forward, car A moves here, the distance between the two cars will be now, this is the distance. And like this, the distance will go on increasing. So somewhere in between A and B, as B moves like this, A moves here, the distance may be the shortest, which we need to calculate. Let us see in this animation, how does the two cars move. See, now the distance between the two cars is reduced from here. Earlier the distance were from, this is the L. Now this distance has decreased. Now the distance between them is this much. Maybe it is increasing still. Earlier it was up to this much. Now this is increased. See, now the distance between them is still increasing. Still the distance will go on. So we need to calculate the smallest distance or the shortest distance between the two cars. So when the two cars are moving, it is difficult to analyze it. So what we tend to do in such type of problems is, since car B is moving in this direction, car A is moving in this direction, one of the car, this velocity VA, this velocity VB, one of the car you bring it to rest by calculating relative velocity of the second car with respect to car B. So what will happen with this? One of the car will be at rest, so its speed will be 0. Car B will be at this point. Handling moving one car will be more easier. So we will subtract velocity of car A with respect to B will be VA minus VB. Now take the relative velocity. Relative velocity of car A with respect to B will be in this direction. Extend the relative velocity vector line. Now the car A is supposed to be moving like this with respect to car B. Drop a perpendicular from this position. This point suppose is C, this is A. BC is said to be the shortest distance between the two cars. And the time taken from A to C will be the time for reaching the shortest distance. Since now only one car is moving, that is B is at rest, observer is B is at rest, only car A is moving, but car A is not supposed to be moving like this, along the direction of relative velocity of A with respect to B at an angle, let us call this as theta, we have calculated. So now velocity vector we know here. Drop a perpendicular because this car B is at rest, drop a perpendicular. This gives you shortest distance. Time taken to reach the foot of the perpendicular gives you the time for the shortest distance. So the shortest distance will be, in this case, shortest distance from the figure will be equal to BC. Time taken to reach the shortest distance will be, we will take the displacement as AC divided by the velocity of car A with respect to B. We can do some of the problems based on this. It will be very easy for you to see how to calculate the shortest distance. See, a ship A is moving with 20 meters per second towards north. Cross a certain point at 12 noon. The ship B, 10 kilometers west of ship A, moves with 20 kilometers per hour, again towards east. Find when and what is the shortest distance. So, let us analyze first the picture how the two ships are located. Ship A, this is ship A, moving towards north. This is east, say this is west, this is north, this is south. This is the ship A speed, that is 20 km per hour. This is a time at 12 noon, 12 p.m. we have taken or drawn the time. Ship B 10 km west of ship A. This is 10 km. Ship B is here, moving towards east. This is with a speed 20 km per hour. So what is the first step we have to do? First step we have to calculate relative velocity of any one of the ship. I'll take it as ship B with respect to A. So A becomes the observer. Ship B minus the ship A. Okay. So easily we can calculate relative velocity at what angle it is. We can calculate it. So what is the velocity of ship B? Ship B is 20 I cap minus 0 J cap. What about ship A? Ship A is equal to 0 I cap plus 20 J cap. So we can write velocity of ship B with respect to A is equal to 20 I cap minus 20 J cap. What is the magnitude of B with respect to A? Under root of 20 square plus 20 square. Or we can write 20 root 2 kilometer per hour. At what angle? Tan theta is equal to 20 by 20 is 1. Theta is equal to 45 degrees. Now, we know now the relative velocity of ship B with respect to A. As I told you, let us redraw this figure. This is our x-axis and y-axis. Now, where is ship A? Ship A is at the origin. This is A. Where is ship B? Ship B is 10 kilometers of ship A at 12 noon. This is the position I am drawing at 12 noon. Fine. Now, in which direction ship B is moving relative to ship A? 20 root 2. 20 I cap minus 20 J cap. So 20 I cap minus 20 J cap. The ship B is supposed to be moving like this. This is the speed of ship B with respect to A, and that is nothing but 20 root 2 kilometer per hour. And what angle this one? 45 degrees. What is the shortest distance? Now perpendicular drop from point A. So this is C. So shortest distance will be AC. And what is AC? AC by AB will be equal to sine theta. AC by AB. So AC will be equal to AB sine theta. That is equal to AB is given to us 10 sine theta sine 45 1 by root 2. So final answer 5 root 2 kilometer. When it will be at the shortest? The time taken to reach here. So first we have to calculate BC. BC will be equal to AB cos 45. That is again 5 root 2 kilometer. The time taken will be, time taken from B to C, will be BC by velocity of B with respect to A. 5 root 2 divided by 20 root 2. That is 1 by 4 hour or 15 minutes. Means at what time they are at shortest? 12:15 p.m. These two ships are at the shortest distance. The problem is easier. Ship A is moving towards north, ship B is moving towards east, and ship B is 10 kilometers of ship A. So first step, since both are moving, it is difficult to analyze and get the shortest distance. We brought one of the ship to rest by assuming that ship to be an observer. We can also bring B to rest and take the relative velocity of ship A. Now we got the relative velocity of B with respect to A as 20 root 2. Drop a perpendicular on the relative velocity vector line. This gives you shortest distance. The time taken to reach the shortest distance will be the time from B to C. Now let us do some problems where relative velocity similar pattern will calculate and see how the two bodies are going to move. Okay. Now in this example, two cars A and B are moving west to east and south to north respectively along the crossroads. A moves with 72 km per hour, 500 meters away from the point of intersection, crossroads. B moves with speed 50 km per hour and is 400 meters away from the point of cross section, the roads. Find the shortest distance between them. So first let us analyze how the two bodies are moving and where they are located. This is crossroads. This is east-west line. This is north-south line. Two cars. Car A, west to east. So car A, I locate here. This distance 500 meter. West to east. What is the speed of car A? Speed of car A is given to us 72 kilometer per hour. Because the distances are given in 500 meter, I'll convert this 72 into 5 by 18. So how much you are getting? 20 meter per second. 20 meter per second. This is the actual position. Car B south to north, and where it is 400 meter away from the intersection. This is the intersection. So here, this distance 400 meter. This is B. Moving with speed VB. What is VB equal to now? It is 54 kilometer per hour. 54 into 5 by 18. So it is 15 meter per second. It is moving with 15 meter per second. Find the shortest distance between them. So when the B moves, now the distance between, actual distance between the two cars is, the distance between the two cars now is this. After some time, B may arrive here, 15. This may arrive here. The distance between the two cars may be like this. After some time, the distance may be like this. After some time, A will cross over this point. So maybe A is here, B is here. The distance may be like this. Or A is at this point, B is at this point. The distance may be again increasing. So somewhere at these positions, there will be shortest distance. So we can do this problem by two methods. Method 1, using the concept of relative velocity. So for that, let us draw the figure again. So without taking all the distances, including, so now we know what is the problem, so it is easy for us to take relative and work out. This is intersection point, point O. A is at this point. This distance 500 meter. Let us take B is at this point. This distance 400 meter. This speed 20. Now one of them we bring it here. This is rest. Say B is at rest. This speed 15. Okay. So that relative velocity. Let us consider like this. This is theta. Speed of A with respect to B. What is the speed of A with respect to B? VA minus VB. What is VA? VA is given as 20 I cap plus 0 J cap. What is VB? VB is given as 0 I cap plus 15 J cap. So what we get it? VA minus VB is 20 I cap minus 15 J cap. So magnitude of VAB we can easily calculate under root of 20 square plus 15 square. At what angle? Tan theta. Tan theta will be equal to 15 by 20. That is equal to 3 by 4. So the distance from here to this position given to us 400 meter. Say it cuts the y-axis at point C. So what will be the distance OC? OC will be equal to, let me call this distance as y. So y by 500 is tan theta. So OC, that is y, is equal to 500 into tan theta. And tan theta we know is equal to 3 by 4. 500 into 3 by 4. That comes out to be 375 meter. So if this distance is 370 meter, what will be BC distance? BC distance will be 400 minus 375 meter. It is equal to 25 meter. Correct? Now shortest distance, B is at rest. This is the relative velocity vector line. So I told you to draw a perpendicular. To draw a perpendicular from here. This is 90 degrees. This point is say D. BD is called the shortest distance. Okay. So I'll elaborate this figure. This theta, this is 90. This angle will be 90 minus theta. So I will redraw this figure in a slightly bigger manner. This point is B. This is D. This point is C. This angle 90 minus theta. This angle is 90. This angle is theta. So shortest distance. Shortest distance will be from the figure. It is BD. We know now BC is nothing but 25 meters. So 25. So BD by BC can be written as cos theta. When tan theta is 3 by 4, what will be the cos theta equal to? 4 by 5. So BD is equal to BC cos theta. That is 25 meters into 4 by 5. It is equal to 20 meters. So shortest distance we want. The shortest distance between the two cars. This distance is 500. This distance is 400. But the shortest distance between them at any instant will be 20 meters. If you require time taken, we should calculate the distance AD and divide it by time for the shortest distance. So that we can say that AD distance you take it, divide by the velocity relative VAB. but it's asked for find the shortest distance, so we can stop the problem at this point as BD is equal to 20 meter. That is the shortest distance between them. So this we have done using our relative velocity vector. We can also do by using the concept of maxima and minima. So see, I'll take down the picture again. Let us consider point A to be here. This is 500 meter and this is point B, and this distance is 400 meters. This is the cross section point O. So maxima minima, if you take it at any instant, let us take the car A is at new position A dash. In the meantime, car B has come to B dash. The distance between the two cars is now A dash B dash. Earlier it was AB. Okay? This is the distance between the two cars, A dash B dash. So to know value of A dash B dash, let us calculate OA dash and OB dash. What is OA dash? OA dash will be the total distance in time t seconds is at this position. So 500 minus the speed of car A 20 t. Let us call equation 1. What is OB dash? OB dash will be total distance is 400 minus 15t, equation 2. Now what will be from the figure A dash B dash value? A dash B dash value will be, I'll put A dash B dash square will be equal to 500 minus 20t whole square plus 400 minus 15t whole square. Now we got the distance AB. For this distance AB to be minimum, differentiate A dash B dash with respect to time and put it equal to 0. For minimum A dash B dash, what you should do? D by dt of A dash B dash square, which you have considered, should be equal to 0. So differentiating d by dt of A dash B dash square will be equal to d by dt of this whole thing, d by dt of 500 minus 20t whole square plus 400 minus 15t whole square. Okay, d by t should be equal to 0. So what you get? 2 into 500 minus 20t into the minus 20 after differentiating plus 2 times of 400 minus 15t in the bracket minus 15 should be equal to 0. Simplifying, t is equal to 128 by 5 seconds. Now this is the time taken from here to this position, or time taken from here to this position. At this time the distance is shortest. So what is the shortest distance? Substituting the value of t in A dash B dash equation. A dash B dash square is equal to 500 minus 20 into 128 by 5 whole square plus 400 minus 15 into 128 by 5 whole square. So we can write A dash B dash as under root of, this comes out to be 16 square plus 12 square. That is nothing but 20 meter. It's complete mathematical manner of doing it by taking concept of maximum minimum. So we have assumed that at any instant the car is at new position A dash B dash, and with respect to A dash B dash of differentiating, substituting equal to 0, we could calculate the minimum distance between them.